Welcome to another video. This week I wanted to test out popular Instagrammer and or YouTuber free handstand press workouts. Handstand press is a drill I've been trying to learn for the last year or so. I've been basically doing the same two drills for the last couple months and I wanted to spice it up a little bit because I was getting bored. Quick interjection here. I just noticed while editing that I kind of look like I'm trying to flex at you. So I just wanted to explain it's just because my muscles are so big they can't help but protrude out a little bit, you know? And what better way to spice it up than by finally going through my recommended social media posts. For real though, the algorithm has been popping up these posts in my feed constantly, so it's about time I address them. First up is Morgan Rose Maroney, who is super famous on Instagram and YouTube for her fitness related content, plus she has a super cool accent. I've heard people refer to her as the handstand queen, and if you look through her Instagram, you'll see why, because it's riddled with tons of super aesthetic and elegant handstand poses, as well as videos. But the big question is she the handstand press queen? Her Instagram doesn't have any drills or workouts, but her YouTube account actually has a ton of them. So let's give it a go. To determine the best press workout, I was judging on a couple factors, one being accessibility. How easy is it for people of all levels to be able to do this workout? For Morgan's workout, thumbs up. I thought she did a great job of providing a fluid level of difficulty.
Ooh, this feels nice.
I consider myself a beginner and I found this workout challenging but doable, and I could see how if I was more advanced, I'd still find it challenging and helpful.
Yeah.
Because there's easy ways to make each exercise more difficult, as she says in the workout, by either increasing the reps or by lifting your legs up higher in certain drills. I really like that tricep push-up variation. Good activator for my triceps, but also it acted as a good stretch for my hamstrings, a good active stretch for my hamstrings. A+ exercise. However, there was one part that I didn't find as effective, and that was the static stretching at the very beginning of the workout, even before any of the activation drills. This isn't the worst though, because one, you can just flip the order and do the activation drills before the static stretching, or two, which is what I chose to do, you can just do a warm-up of your own before you even start the video. Additionally, it did require some equipment, but not a lot. At one point she called for a box-like thing, which didn't seem too hard to substitute. There's many things you could use for that. And at another point she used a yoga ball, which is a bit more difficult to substitute. I'm not really sure what you'd use for that. Fun fact about this yoga ball, this is actually my second yoga ball. My first one I got about 8 years ago, and I had it for about 2 weeks until my brothers, this face right here, when also talking about my brothers, it is the essence of my childhood. Got a hold of it, started playing with it, totally blew it up, and it was only about 2 months ago that one of my brothers finally replaced it. Second factor to judge on was clarity. Do I understand what to do, how to do it, and why? She explained the amount of strength and flexibility I should be working towards, how many reps and sets to do, and she even detailed the particulars, the little cues for each drill and what to be looking for, what to make sure to focus on.
Hands nice and relatively close. You're going to push your shoulders in as close to the wall as possible.
Shoulders close to the wall.
We're going to come down in a straddle position, and when you get to that sticky part, we're going to really try and compress between the chest and the legs.
I need to keep my hands closer together and put my shoulders closer to the wall, as well as I notice when she brings her legs down, she starts at a super wide straddle, basically that pancake stretch to middle splits, and she brings it all the way around so that her legs end up in a very narrow straddle. So I think I got to do more of like a circle motion instead of just like a, you know what I mean? You get it. Okay, here we go. At least 9 more reps to go. Okay, shoulders on the wall. Yeah! And last, is it fun? Is it a type of workout that I would want to do repeatedly? because as she said in the intro of the video, it takes months, sometimes years to learn a handstand press. You gotta be able to stick to it for a while. Man, she just jumps right back up there. But I need to take a breather in between. The whole motion in general is super taxing. I do wish, however, that she had written down the exercises and drills into the description box so that I wouldn't have to rewatch the video every single time or write down the exercises and drills myself. But that's just me being lazy and wanting to screenshot. I kind of also wish that she had different beginner, intermediate, and advanced type of handstand press workouts. That way I could experience the feeling of leveling up once I got past the beginner step. But there is something to be said about not having to learn a bunch of new drills all the time. Overall, I'd give this workout an 8 out of 10. Solid handstand press experience. Well done, queen. Up next is Nina. I don't think she's ever said her last name in a video, so I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Hey, Nina here. Hey, Nina here. Hey, Nina here.
Nina is also very popular on social media and has yet another very fun accent.
Hey.
Both her Instagram and YouTube are filled with a ton of different drills for handstand press as well as other skills, so I'll be trying a press workout from both platforms. So I started with Nina's YouTube workout, and man, it is way different than Morgan's. Morgan's was very structured, do this drill, stretch this muscle, blah 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 blah. But Nina's was kind of like a choose your own adventure, which I kind of digged. Her YouTube workout included 5 different progressions. You start with the most difficult one, you do that progression and pair it with either a strength, compression, or flexibility drill. And then you repeat 3 to 5 sets and then move down the ladder to the next progression with yet another flexibility, compression, or strength drill. Next, I did one of her Instagram workouts. She has lots of handstand press workouts in general, but I wanted to try the Stalder press workout because it's basically a handstand press workout plus a third component, and that's lifting your butt off the ground from a seated straddle position instead of a standing straddle position. Way harder, way more advanced, and eons away from what I can do now, but never too early to start training, right? Her Instagram drills didn't require much equipment. There was at one point, however, that I wished I had a softer surface to land on. She does tend to use resistance bands quite a bit, which I thought was pretty cool and something I hadn't tried before. Oh my god! But they're not at all necessary because she has a lot of different exercises that don't require any equipment whatsoever. Her YouTube workout only had 5 progressions, so if you are only able to do the first progression, your workout is going to go pretty quick. Even if you do have the strength and flexibility to be able to do all 5 of the progressions, there is a bit of a learning curve. Since it was my first time trying a lot of these drills that she showed, I definitely didn't get the form right at first, and I didn't really notice until after I had gone through the footage and looked at it. So if you are trying these drills for the first time, I highly recommend filming yourself to make sure you're doing exactly what she does, because the footage is very telling. Her YouTube video gave a ton of detail in how to do each of the progressions and what you should be looking for. That's why when I was able to go through the footage, I knew exactly what I did wrong and what I needed to change. Her Instagram workouts, however, don't have as much detail in them. They're really just showing the movement itself. She doesn't really explain them in the caption. And last, is it fun? Yes, super fun. I think the variance of drills really helped in this because it's easy to get bored of doing the same thing over and over again. Plus, she had a lot of exercises that I've never tried of or heard of before, which was awesome. Nina also has a handstand press workout available to buy online. She actually has lots of programs for handstands and handstand presses as well as flexibility programs. Given how many exercises and drills she has available for free on her Instagram or YouTube, I'm super curious to see what kind of exercises she includes in that program. I bet they're pretty good. Overall, my Slovenian homegirl gets a 9.5 out of 10. Awesome job and very chill vibes.
Hey,
Third up is Little T Fitness, and holy sh**, she is strong. So far, she's definitely the strongest of the 3, just based off of her Instagram alone and what she can do. She does some crazy stuff. It's very entertaining. If you're looking to just kill some time, scroll through her account. You'll see why. Plus, she always ends every drill or exercise with a gigantic smile. But the real question is, does she have an accent? I'm just gonna stalk her on Instagram until she says sorry or about, and then we'll know for sure.
I'm super excited for tomorrow. I go on at...
There! Listen to it.
I'm super excited for tomorrow. I go on...
Boom! Do you hear that? Tomorrow? Pretty sure that's a Canadian accent. She has a ton of handstand press drills and workouts on Instagram, but she doesn't on her YouTube channel. Her YouTube channel has a lot of workouts, but just not about handstand press yet, I'm assuming. All of her drills were extremely challenging for me. She had the most drills that I couldn't do yet. Woo! so something to look forward to. Can you see that? There's no way I can do that. Yet. Also, out of all the athletes so far, she has the most drills for stalder press handstand. In terms of her beginner drills though, I do think she had the least amount. She also had the most equipment that you could use with her drills. Like she included resistance bands like Nina did, as well as parallettes, as well as many different exercises that don't use any equipment at all. So definitely not necessary to get resistance bands or parallettes. All in all, I'm all for the diversity of exercises. It just keeps it more interesting and much more likely for me to do it long term. It's cool, guys. I'm okay. She described her exercises on her Instagram extremely well. She was the most detailed in terms of her captioning and explaining cues and what to focus on. That's actual improvement. I couldn't do that at the start of this week. I really wish she made a handstand press workout on YouTube. I think it would have been really good. So I'm going to give her a 9.8 out of 10. She also has a straddle handstand press guide. I think it's an ebook for 25 USD. Super curious about it because she has so many drills already on her Instagram. It'd be really interesting to see what extra things she adds in her ebook. Next we have Kirsty Grossert, also known as Garage Gym Girl on Instagram, who is very fit. Another day and another handstand press workout. Today I'm not really feeling like changing into workout clothes, so we're gonna do it in my pajamas. She is very strong. Like Little T Fitness, I think the two of them are the strongest of the bunch because they show skills on Instagram that, oh my god, they just look so difficult. Like for one of them, she was doing a stalder press, which is the harder variation of the handstand straddle press, granted, with rollerblades on her feet. And if you know anything about physics, you know that makes it a bajillion times harder. Okay, maybe not a bajillion, but way harder. I don't know where she's from. She's definitely got an accent from somewhere, but she has a very strong gymnastics background like all the other athletes that I showed, and definitely knows her stuff. I went 2 years back on her Instagram and didn't find any handstand press workouts or drills, but on her YouTube, she did have 3 videos related to the topic. One of them was a warm-up video for handstand press, which I actually thought was pretty cool because I didn't see anything like that on any of the other people's content. It really took care of your inner core and your scapula and your shoulders. It basically got the entire upper body warmed up and ready to go for a handstand press. And I learned a lot of new drills that I didn't know beforehand, and I definitely plan on including in my future workouts. So happy to learn that. That was awesome. It didn't, however, include anything to warm up the lower body, which I thought was really interesting, but honestly not all that necessary because out of all the body parts to warm up, I think it's most commonly known how to warm up your lower body, you know, like go on a walk, go on a jog, do some squats or some lunges. I think most people know how to do that versus your upper body, your inner core, your scapula. That's not as well known. And then she has a handstand press workout video on YouTube, and it's actually just 5 drills. I think it's her favorite 5 drills for handstand press, and she goes through and explains them, tells you what to look for, what to make sure to focus on, really good clear instructions on how to do those drills. Some of them are really hard, some of them are easy. I just wish you had more variance so that you weren't confined to only one drill if you only had the strength and flexibility to do that first progression, for example. But I'm pretty sure I know why she did it. I think this was all a bit of a teaser because at one point she had an online handstand press workshop as well as program for purchase. And so I think she didn't want to encroach into that by giving away too much for free. And you know, it worked. I definitely wanted to learn more and was looking through her stuff to find out how I could learn more because she only gives just a little bit of information about it. Okay, it's a good thing I put those pillows there. I think we're done with that drill for today. To confirm that hypothesis, in her 3rd handstand press video on YouTube, she outlines common weaknesses people have for handstand press and how to fix them. These aren't necessarily drills for handstand press, but are more like, you know, common issues like make sure you have a really solid handstand, you can hold it for 15 to 20 seconds. But interestingly about that, the very last tip was to get a coach. And I think that was a bit of a nod to her handstand press workshop or guides available for purchase. So she doesn't have the best free drills and exercises, but I have a hunch that the stuff she's selling is pretty good. And last but not least, we have Gina Scarangella. Gina Scarangella? We're just gonna call her Gina. Her Instagram is filled with different kind of calisthenic skills. She looks like she is the bar queen. She definitely does a lot of calisthenic skills on the bars and it all looks super graceful and interesting. In terms of handstand press workouts and drills, she only has them up on her YouTube. She has a couple videos related to handstand press and 2 of them are workouts. The first one is actually the first handstand press workout I ever saw, I ever found. I watched it about a year ago and it's got over, I think, 2.3 million views now, over 77,000 likes. It's definitely helped a lot of people, myself included. Although I think like a week later, I forgot pretty much everything she said in that video. But it was pretty fun going through the exercises because I'd forgotten all the exercises that she had shown when I first watched it. You make working out more difficult, you know that? First up, I want to say, her sense of humor is hilarious.
Today, it's a rainy day in New York City. What a perfect time to film a press handstand video.
She's just got this laid back, super dry sense of humor. I love watching her stuff because it's informative and also pretty entertaining. Her drills were definitely good, comprehensive. She explained them, what to look for, what to focus on. Her video was more so like ideas of drills. Gina says to keep your hands pretty close to the wall, but when I try and do that, because I'm not flexible enough, I think, my weight ends up being too far away from my shoulders and I just fall onto my feet. So I think I definitely have to work on flexibility more too. She even says at the end of it to go to a gym and find a coach herself because these are just ideas and she can only help you so much. And also like Kirsty, she has a handstand press guide, and I have a hunch that she wasn't giving away too much information about handstand press drills because she wanted to keep some mystery for her handstand press guide. Overall, I'd give Gina's free workouts an 8 out of 10. But again, I bet her handstand press guide is awesome. That concludes our week of trying out different social media handstand press workouts that are free. And now I can crown our winner as Little T Fitness. She definitely has the most drills, the most variability of difficulty, as well as a handstand press guide that you can buy, which is very impressive and very kind, considerate. So thank you, Little T Fitness, for getting us all closer to our handstand press goals. So that concludes the video. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. That really helped me out. And I'll see you in my next video. Now I'm gonna go rest my hamstrings because they're really tired from all of that stretching.